little bit about photography when I was in the service, and I came back to, after I got out of the service and out of the Navy, and went to school at USM, and really didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't have a focus, a thing to do, and I thought I'd pick up with my hobby, which was photography at the time. I started working for the Journal Tribune back in the early 70s, discovered nights and weekends, kind of filling in, and one thing kind of led to another, and ended up working in New Haven, Connecticut for a year, and then took a job here at the Press Herald after that. I think you have to have basic compositional skills in your head, and I think that's somewhat ingrained. I mean, you don't learn that. I think it's part of who you are. Quite honestly, most of my pictures, especially the ones with people in them, is expression. I cover a lot of sports assignments, but I'm not looking so much at the great play as I am the reaction to the great play. I do a basketball tournament almost every year, almost all of it by myself. And it's, at the end, in this championship games or close to the championship games, when the emotion's high with the kids, I'm watching the fourth quarter, or most of the fourth quarter, watching the bench rather than the game. So it's looking for those kind of moments. In 1995, I hiked the Appalachian Trail for 6 weeks as part of a project with other papers, and that was, it was exhausting, and it killed me for the first week. But in the end, it was very rewarding. The last day, as we're going through, you meet individuals along the trail, and because you're all hiking at generally the same speed, you get to know them. And there was one guy who had a handicap, kind of a physical handicap. He'd had a problem as a young boy, but when we were on the top of Mount Katahdin and we saw him crest it, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty emotional day.